Kiki, you guys started off by scoring on your first 6 possessions. How much did that get you guys going into the flow of the game and pretty much disrupting whatever they wanted to do coming into the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think scoring on the first 2 possessions down definitely gave us confidence, kind of allowed us to settle in, and I think more importantly than that, we started to figure out how they were playing the ball screen, how they were playing certain things. So that allows us to just figure out exactly what we want to get to in each offensive set that we run, and kind of analyze each play from there. But I think we got in a really good rhythm, and that helped us out for the rest of the game.
This was a pretty close game last year at Westwood. Did you expect it might be this easy?
No, I mean, look, we treat every opponent the same. We come in with the same mentality, and every team in this conference is a really good team. So, we knew that Michigan State plays hard. They're really well coached, and we had to match that intensity. We made a big emphasis of winning the rebound battle, getting 50-50s, hustling, and we respect each opponent. And I think today we played really hard for the most part. Obviously, we still have to clean things up, but just happy overall with the road trip in general.
Was there anything that Michigan State did tonight that gave you problems, throughout the game or during part of the game?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this post game, but this is probably the team that first team that we played that hedges and switches like that. Just basically everything out there on the floor, and I think. Us guards, we got to take care of the ball better. I had way too many turnovers, and I think as a collective group as guards, we had too many turnovers just because we're not, super used to playing against that type of defense. But I just think making better decisions and their aggressive defensive pressure and going from there. But I do think they're a really good defensive team, and it's going to allow us to kind of look at that film and work on the areas that we want to get better in.
When you're preparing for a game like this, how much of the emphasis is on the opponent and how much is on getting where you need to be in April?
It's definitely a mix of both. I mean, like I said, we know each opponent's going to be good and they're going to be different. So we do have to game plan for whatever kind of differences that they're going to bring. But every single day we're just coming in with the mindset of, we got to get better. We got to get better and, focus on the day-by-day present game and just prepare ourselves to build those habits for March and April because we know this is going to be our foundation. This is going to be our standard, and we'll build from there.
And how did you get better on this trip? What did you learn?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot before this trip about how these are going to be Michigan State. It's going to be like Elite Eight, Sweet 16 type games in road environments. So being ready to kind of play in those environments, handle good teams on a short turnaround, and just really be prepared to make adjustments and have the mental fortitude to play in tough games and play against good teams that play hard and are physical. And I think we did get better in that.
When you have someone like Lauren on your team who is pretty much way taller than everyone else in the court, how much easier does it make it for you when you can just throw the ball up and she'll go grab it and put it in?
Yeah, there are definitely some times where I get some really good bailout passes just to her, just because she just catches everything you throw her way, and she's just such a big presence down there that teams really struggle to guard her, but it helps us a lot. I mean, I think not only does she have great hands, she catches everything, but I think this year especially, we've worked a lot on her moving off the ball, coming onto the perimeter, rolling, screening, and I think that's an area where I kind of love to see that improvement as us guards. We're just, I feel a lot more cohesive out there, and I mean it makes it tough because teams guard her kind of differently every single night, but you have to game plan for her. So we know we just have to be prepared for whatever they're going to do to guard her, and then we'll play off that.
Anything else for Kiki?
Thank you.